The Branch Davidians were a splinter sect of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. They were founded in the 1930s by Victor Houteff, who preached a strict interpretation of the Bible and a belief in the imminent end of the world. After his death, the group split several times, and by the 1980s, a new leader emerged, Vernon Howell, who would later rename himself David Koresh. Koresh became the leader of the Branch Davidians in the mid-1980s after a power struggle that turned violent. Charismatic and deeply apocalyptic in his theology, Koresh claimed to be the Lamb of God from the Book of Revelation, essentially the only one who could unlock the 7 seals and usher in the end times. At their compound, Mount Carmel, near Waco, Texas, Koresh led a group of about 100 followers. He claimed to be a prophet and had dozens of spiritual wives, many of them underage, leading to allegations of child abuse and statutory rape. He also preached the need to arm for the final battle between good and evil, stockpiling weapons and ammunition. On February 28, 1993, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, ATF, attempted to serve a warrant for illegal weapons. The raid turned into a gunfight. 4 ATF agents and 6 Branch Davidians died. This triggered a 51-day standoff between the Branch Davidians and the FBI, watched closely by the media and public. The FBI took over and began psychological warfare tactics: floodlights, loud music, and sleep deprivation. Meanwhile, inside the compound, Koresh refused to surrender, claiming he was writing down his final interpretation of the 7 seals, which God told him must be finished. After weeks of failed negotiations, Attorney General Janet Reno authorized a final assault. FBI tanks pumped CS gas into the compound in hopes of forcing the Davidians out. Hours later, fires broke out inside Mount Carmel. The compound burned to the ground. 76 people died, including 25 children and David Koresh himself. Only 9 people escaped the blaze. This remains a deeply divisive question. Critics say the FBI used military-style force on civilians, escalated the conflict with psychological tactics, and failed to prioritize de-escalation. The fire's cause is controversial. Though a government report blamed the Davidians, others argue the FBI's tactics contributed or even caused it. Supporters argue Koresh was a dangerous cult leader holding people, including children, hostage, and the government had a duty to protect them. They emphasize that Koresh had numerous chances to surrender and repeatedly refused. Janet Reno took personal responsibility for the decision. She later said she was misled by FBI intelligence and believed the children inside were being abused and in imminent danger. The Waco siege became a symbol of government overreach for many Americans, particularly among anti-government groups, militias, and conspiracy theorists. One of the Oklahoma City bombers, Timothy McVeigh, cited Waco as part of his motivation. It also raised serious questions about how the U.S. handles religious movements, law enforcement power, and civil liberties. Whether the FBI and Janet Reno crossed the line is still debated today. What's clear is that Waco was a tragedy, a clash of apocalyptic belief versus federal authority, with deadly consequences, and a cautionary tale about power, belief, and the limits of force.